This is for the viewers commenting on what are the best shells to use in certain tanks. I will instead teach you how and what the best shells are in general terms, so you can choose them yourselves. The simplest guide in game is this one. In armor penetration, the more lines in the shell, the better the penetration, same thing in power of explosion, and etc., but there's more to that. The second guide is this numbers. The higher the number is usually better, but it depends on what shell it is. We can also see that at 500 meter, we can see reduced penetration as the shell loses energy from traveling over distance. This particular shell is the best type since it penetrates the armor and then explodes inside. HE is not that useful in my experience, unless your tank is like a KV-2, but for a normal tank, it's not worth switching and reloading it. And the APCR, although it has high penetration, you need to precisely aim your shot to make it work. Since it is a rigid shell and does not explode like a normal shell, I recommend not using it. The HEATFS, however, is a better choice. It's like the APCR when you're aiming, but with explosives, so a better chances of damage. However, it can't pass through obstacles like fences since it has a sensitive fuse like a high explosive. The APDS, however, is a different story. Even with no explosives, it performs well in destroying targets and doesn't care about fences or lampposts. So, whenever you see these shell, use it because it is second from the best. And the best is the APFSDS. This is the pinnacle of anti-armor warfare. Just like its younger brother, the APDS, it melts the armor because of the dart-like shape and speed, which shoves the hot metal to the crew or ammo rack like a good chocolate melting in your mouth. There are still other shell in the game, but mostly little difference from what I just discussed, but the main thing is that pay attention to the type of shell you're using, the tank you're firing, and where you are firing. Because even the best shell is a bad shell if not used well. Now, here is the ranking from worst to best in terms of reliability. I also recommend adjusting the amount of shells you carry in order to decrease the chances of your ammunitions getting hit. This is better explained in my previous video, as this is more of a follow-up and people kept commenting.